Out to the movies, Las Vegas weekly film editor Josh Bell has two in mind. We begin today with Now You See Me 2. Is this worth seeing?
I wish I could say that it was. It's one of two sequels opening this week, and I think the first Now You See Me was kind of a surprise hit. It's about this group of stage magicians who are also thieves, and it was... I thought it was a little silly, but it had an original premise, and it's one of those movies that wasn't designed to necessarily have a sequel, but because it's a surprise hit, of course we have to follow it up. And I think with this sequel, they add more twists and turns that don't really make a whole lot of sense, and they don't really know how to continue the story in a compelling way. I think it loses whatever exciting hook it had in the first one, even though I think the first one was, again, a little silly, a little dumb.
Yeah, I saw the first one. It was entertaining for what it was because the expectations were so low.
Right.
Now, is the second one entertaining?
I mean, I didn't particularly find it entertaining. I think, again, the best thing I thought about the first movie was these big stage productions of the magic and the way that kind of tied into the crimes. And here, they're on the run. They're basically just a band of thieves. They get hired by this tech mogul played by Daniel Radcliffe to pull off a heist and steal this piece of technology. And it's kind of just like any other ridiculous crime thriller. The twists don't make sense, and you don't have the kind of showmanship and the panache that you got out of the first movie. So I think if you like the first movie, you might find some to like here, but overall, I think it's a disappointment.
Before we move on, interesting Las Vegas tie here to this one, right?
Yeah, David Copperfield is a producer and a consultant on this. Kind of helped them develop the magic tricks that they feature in this film. So it has a level of authenticity, although there's still so much CGI that you can't really buy into what they're doing, I think. But Copperfield does give it a bit of that realism.
All right, it has some wow factor.
A little bit, a little bit.
Moving on to The Conjuring 2. I don't like scary movies. So
well, you definitely would not like
I didn't see the first one. I have no idea really what this is about. So is it any good? What's it about?
It's another haunted house story based loosely on a true story from Ed and Lorraine Warren, the ghost hunters played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. This one is based on the Enfield haunting in London, and it's got some solid scares. I think for people who did see the first one and who were freaked out by it, I think they'll find some stuff to like here. It's a little overlong. It's more than 2 hours long, which a movie like this probably shouldn't be. The story kind of drags, but the scary moments are strong. So I think people who like the first movie will like this. If it wasn't something you wanted to see, you're definitely not going to get anything different.
I'm not going to see it.
No, it's pretty much the same.
But it's going to be a hot weekend. People who want to escape the heat, who like horror movies, it's going to be worth their money, you think?
I would say of the two, that's the better choice.
All right, as always, Josh Bell from Las Vegas Weekly, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate your input.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back.